Welcome to Lovegrove Wellness. Before you begin, please ensure that you are in good physical condition and ready to exercise. If you have any questions in regards to this, please consult with your doctor. Lower back love, morning flow. Beginning on your knees, come into child's pose, resting the forehead down towards the mat, making the knees slightly wider than the hips and the feet together at the back. Just taking a few gentle breaths here, breathing in and out through the nose and aiming to elongate your exhale. Just take note of how the back is feeling this morning and where you may be feeling tightness and restriction. Coming up onto your hands and knees, come into tabletop pose, stacking the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Cat and cow pose, inhale to arch the back and exhale to round. Keeping the elbows slightly relaxed and not locking out the arms, and just working through mobility in the spine. Coming back to a neutral position and then come onto the seat, swing the feet round to the front. Take the hands slightly behind you, feet wider than the hips, and dropping the knees over to one side and then over to the other side. We're aiming to drop the knee towards the floor as much as possible to work on the internal rotation, which is going to help with the hips and the lower back. Settling onto your right side, making both legs come to a right angle, and then start to walk yourself forwards over the front leg. You should feel a nice deep stretch into your glutes, which is going to help stretch off the lower back. You may want to use a pillow or a block here to rest the arms on if it's more comfortable. Slowly walking yourself back up and then bringing the hands behind you again and dropping the knees again side to side slowly, working on that internal rotation through the hips. Settling over to the left side now, again bring the legs to right angles, flexing the front foot and start to walk over that front leg again, just relaxing over the legs. And maybe see how one side feels slightly different to the other, and that's absolutely fine. Just listening to your body and being gentle first thing in the morning. Walking the hands back up again and then coming into tabletop pose, we'll move into downwards facing dog. With the feet hip width apart, tuck the toes under and pull the hips up towards the ceiling for downwards facing dog. Making a triangle position with the body, we'll just start to pedal the heels down towards the mat for walk the dog. Settle the feet now and then step the right foot to the outside of the right hand into a wide lunge. Drop the back knee and untuck the toes. Take your right hand to the inside of the thigh and start to open the knee out, turning the body round to the right side. This is going to help to work into the glutes and also stretch off the lower back. Release the hand back to the floor and come back into downwards facing dog. Pull the hips up high and we'll walk the dog again here. Think about pulling the chest towards the thighs and keeping the tailbone lifted up high. Settling the feet again here and then stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand, back knee down. And again, bringing the left hand to the inside of the thigh, open the hip and spiral the chest round to the left side. As you do so, try to drop the back hip towards the mat. Releasing the hand back down, we'll move into rabbit pose. So coming back onto the hands and knees, and then drop the crown of the head towards the mat. Keep the hips lifted and take the hands to the calves or the ankles, rounding the back as much as possible. From rabbit pose, coming up onto the hands and knees, swing the feet round to the front and come into a seated position. Take hold behind the backs of the legs and roll down through the spine onto your back into a lying position. Take the arms out in line with the shoulders, bring the knees up in line with the hips and then dropping them over to your right side, keeping the knees stacked on top of each other and the shoulders square on the mat. Just taking a nice gentle stretch into the lower back with this twisting movement. Inhale to bring the knees back through center and then exhale over to your left side, again keeping the knees stacked on top of each other and the shoulders square on the mat. Bring the knees back to center and then lengthen the arms out long on the mat and find yourself a comfortable lying position for your last part of your session today, coming into a final relaxation and some breathing techniques. So find yourself a comfortable lying position on your back. If you're still feeling pressure in the lower back, you may want to place a pillow under the knees. And when you're ready, start to close your eyes and focus in on your breathing. And we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we'll take a breath in for 4 counts, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then breathe out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathing out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continuing in this way with the elongated out breath and just focusing on how the body is rising and falling and how it's feeling as you take the inhale and the longer exhale. When you're ready, just coming back to normal breathing for you. Bring some awareness and focus back into the physical body, so maybe making small movements with your fingers and your toes. And you might want to bring the knees into the chest, giving them a hug, and take a rock side to side. And when you're ready, returning back up to a seated position. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.